Well, we're back from the dealership, and I wasn't able to take delivery of the 2022 Ford Maverick Hybrid. It's not that I wasn't able to, it just didn't fit within my financial plan and what I had set my mind on for the price that I was willing to pay for it going into the deal. And I think that that is something that anybody out there looking to buy a new car should really take into consideration and take my advice for. Don't come off your number. If it's something that you're already stretching for to make work in your budget, then it's probably not the best idea to move around on that budget, even though the truck or whatever vehicle you're looking at is really desirable and you're really in love with it. If it doesn't make sense financially, then don't make the deal.
Hey, welcome back everyone. We are going to pick up the 2022 Ford Maverick Hybrid, or potentially picking it up anyways. I'm gonna go check out what I can get done on it today and do a test drive and potentially take it home. I'm gonna record most of the process to try to share with you what happens here. I'm gonna try to put zero down on it to get it home without payment or anything like that. We'll see. My credit's pretty good, but it's new to me, first time buying a brand new car, so we'll see what sort of dealing we have to do to get it. But wish me luck, and I'll keep you posted. All right, we're out here. This is the XLT Cactus Gray, and right behind it there's a Lariat Area 51. The colors of the Cactus Gray and the Area 51 in person probably look a little bit different than on the computer, so just so that you can have an idea of what they look like together. All right, we are in the 2022 Maverick Hybrid. Again, this is the Cactus Gray, and I just wanted to give you initial impressions as I'm driving it here for the first time. This is a lot bigger than what a lot of reviewers are claiming it to be as far as the ride height and how it feels compared to a car. I've only ever driven cars in my personal driving, so I'm used to like an actual car. This feels a lot more like a truck, very similar to a Ranger, the older style that was small, because I've driven quite a few of those, and also Nissan Frontiers, and it feels more similar to that than it does a car or an SUV, because I've driven a lot of SUVs, and the hood especially in the front of the vehicle is what makes me feel like it's more of a truck than anything. Even though they call it a pickup, I have no influence or ties to the car market, so I could call it a truck if I want to, and that's what it feels like to me. It feels like a truck, and it's really nice, and it's kind of hard to say no to it, that's for sure. But we're going to work with our dealership at Mullinax Ford in Orlando and hope that we could get it off the lot today. That'd be wonderful, and within my price range and making them happy. So that was just a little initial review. I'll make sure to post another review once I'm out of the dealership and back home and testing it on some real roads and have some more experience with it, because it definitely feels good. What do you think about it, Cammie?
Feels good. Feels nice and spacious and clean.
Yeah,
and
you look like a kid in that seat right there.
I tried to get video of it, but you'll have to get your own.
It feels like a truck in here. Like
it does. No, it's very spacious. Like there's lots of compartments and places to put things.
Yeah.
And holders and.
But yeah, I'll make sure that once we're out of the dealership or have the time, I'll go over the inside, because most of the reviews that I've seen on the inside are just like showing you the features and not really giving you input on how the person's experiencing it. That's kind of what I'm going to try to do for you, because definitely, again, coming from a line of different small sedans, the Corolla, the Camry, Volvos before that, this feels completely different than a car. And also driving a Suzuki
what was that car called? A Suzuki
I don't
Forenza
know.
or something? Not a Forenza.
It was not a Forenza. That was my car.
Suzuki Tracker. That's what it was. It was a 4-door small SUV, higher up, and also a Kia Sorento that was a crossover. This feels not like them. It feels more like a truck than any of the crossover SUVs that I've driven. So if there's any merit to that, then hopefully it'll help your decision buying for it. It feels like a truck. That's all.
So why didn't this work out, and why did I have a different expectation going into this deal? Well, Ford makes it pretty confusing, and if you don't have all the credentials that they're looking for online for their Ford credit application, then that application won't go through, and they'll make you go talk to a dealership, which in this case, they didn't actually have the truck on the lot, so I wasn't going to go and talk to them about anything until it was there. And whenever I showed up, the Ford credit application came back with a really unrealistic number at like $9,000 down, which I didn't have a trade-in. I had some cash that I was willing to put down, but my vehicle currently doesn't have very much trade-in value, so I didn't see any value in me giving my current vehicle to them for nothing, essentially. And so my expectation was a monthly payment of under $400. That's what I was looking for. But the best that they were able to do was about $500. And that was with a very high interest rate and a lot more money down than I was expecting. Even the Ford credit application, they wanted $9,000 down. It was a $350 a month payment. And then it had like a highly unrealistic interest rate at like 15%, which is unreal because they're claiming that they have a 0 for 36 months, a 1.9 at 60, some really low interest rates there. But for the majority of the market that's interested in this truck, it's going to be people who don't have a huge income, and maybe they don't have a lot of credit history. They're trying to get into their first vehicle, and they're pretty much tricking people into going down to the dealership and buying into these trucks. And Ford's going to make money no matter what, because whether you make the payments or not, or they have to take it back and resell it, they're going to make their money and the bottom line, and they're just going to kind of screw you over. So that's why I wanted to share my reasonings for not getting the truck, give some realistic expectations out there on the internet, because I was on the Maverick forums and I saw many threads of people claiming that they were putting like $20,000 down on the truck. I'm like, that's not realistic for young people out there who might be new in their career and maybe they don't have a ton of credit history. Even though your credit might be good, they're going to claim that you don't have a lot of credit history, so that's an issue. And it's just not, it's pretty much a trick. If you do end up taking delivery of it, then you're going to be locked into a really high interest rate with a really high payment. And from all the new vehicles that I see out there on the road, it's just kind of laughable that the majority of the people are probably paying $500 a month with really high interest rates for a new vehicle that they probably don't need. I really wanted to take this thing home if they were going to work with me and make it a realistic, financing plan. But I guess that what I'm trying to say is they're not in it to help out the customer. They're in it to make money, which makes sense because they're car salesmen and that's how they make money. But kind of fool's gold to think that any of the online marketing for financing is going to come true in your scenario unless you have over $10,000 to put down and you have a really high income. Because I'm by no means am I in a lower income bracket or have a low credit score. All of my credentials were really strong going into this. That's why I even considered doing it. And then because I haven't bought a new car in my history, I'm assuming that's what hurt me the most in this whole transaction. So take it for what you will. I would say stay away from a $500 a month car payment at all costs. I think my bottom line was my top line was like $380 80, and there is literally no way that was going to come out of the lenders. And maybe other people have that experience. I'd love to hear if you're getting better financing through Ford or through whatever lender it is, and how you did that. I know that financials and all that sort of stuff is kind of confidential, and you don't want to share that information, but I'd love to hear what sort of payments and financing options are coming to you from the dealers, because man, that was a strike, and probably made me realize I'm never going to buy a car new in my life. So I've just accepted that, and I'm not disappointed at all. It's no big deal, and no skin off my bones essentially, but I really wanted to share the experience because I have not seen anybody doing that for this truck specifically. So take that information how you will. If you have any questions, or you want to share your delivery process and experiences down below, specifically for the Maverick, because that's really what I'm here. I'm not really like a car guy. I was going to get the Maverick, and I've been sharing a lot of videos for it. So if you have any experience with the Maverick and the delivery process, just pop them down below. No hard feelings to the dealerships out there. They're just snakes, and whenever I see a snake, I expect it to be a snake. So I can't have any hard feelings in that regard. But that's the end. Don't think a Maverick's going to be in my future. Thanks for everybody who was along for the ride, and sorry I couldn't make more Maverick videos, but it's just a truck, and my good uncle said they make trucks every day, so there'll be another one out there available whenever I'm ready. Don't forget to go out there and create your own adventure however you can. Spread some positivity. See you in the next one.